Did you feel different at all from the start to the previous ones?
No. Honestly, felt pretty good in the first inning. Second inning and the first inning both kind of got long on me. So that third and fourth inning just kind of, ran out of gas. I've been, very fortunate to have really good outings so far. And you got to take the good with the bad. And, they just ran up the pitch count, hit mistake pitches, and, got me out there early. And, that's their job, and my job's to go deeper into the game.
You've been so efficient for the most part up until this point, as you kind of alluded to there. Were you kind of expecting maybe a few more outings just like this, getting your legs underneath you a little bit, working on your command?
I mean, honestly, I think as far as working on command goes, the command's always kind of been there for me, so I wasn't too worried about that. A lot of it, I think, ultimately came down to execution. Command and execution are two different things, in my opinion. I can go out there and I can challenge guys with a lot of strikes, and I guess whenever you talk about commanding the zone, you can throw it down the middle, it's still going to get hit, or you can set guys up. And I threw a couple pitches there to Lau, and he ended up, taking advantage of them. And whether or not these guys came out with a good attack plan against me, then, they executed that, and I didn't execute mine. So, just it's one of those things where you don't want to necessarily end the year this way, but at the same time, too, kind of going back to what I said, you got to take the good with the bad. It's just, learning and, motivation to kind of take that into the offseason.
You get 4 starts here. Overall, how would you, rate that, those 4 start season?
I mean, honestly, between all the rehab outings and the outings that I've had up here, including today, I would rate them pretty high. It's one of those things for me, as I continue to look back at it, that I have to continue to thank the organization, the pitching coaches, especially with Frenchie and Plaz being so adamant during that time. They've helped me so much with their support. And, again, with the organization, everyone's been super supportive during this whole time. And, kind of looking at the big picture, these are the things that you don't want to take for granted. You don't want to miss. Not my best outing tonight, but at the same time too, I'm gonna take a lot of the positives I've had out of this whole experience and continue to build off of those.
This obviously was a tough year for the team as a whole, especially with all the injuries. Just what's your level of confidence that next year you guys are going to be able to turn things back around and get things back on track next season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you kind of saw it a little bit in the second half, like where we started to pick it up and we started to play like ourselves. I think that as long as we continue to take that momentum and drag it into spring training and continue to build on it, I think next year is going to be a lot better year. We got a lot of these guys in here who are very resilient, and I just think that you're going to have to continue to go out there and fight. And they call it the AL Beast for a reason. It's hard, and you got to go out there and you got to compete. And I think that's what each and every one of these guys are going to go do.